Frank, I'm going to show you a picture, and I want to know what you think of this.
Oh, those were staying home in the mid '90s and waiting for that to come on in midday. Before the stupid soap operas came on. When you get stuck with 4 channels, kids may not understand that. When you were stuck with 4 channels for a period of time, and you were home from school, either sick or just didn't want to go to school, this was your midday break right here.
It was the entertainment. So Price is Right debuted back on September 4th, 1972. And there was an earlier version of the show that actually ran from 1956 to 1965. And no, that is not Bob Barker.
It does look like Jim Carrey a little bit, though. That's funny.
Oh, my, yeah. I never even thought about that. Yeah, it does. It totally does. So in the original version of the show, you could actually mail in your bids, and if you got it exactly right to the penny, you got the prize.
He looks so thrilled back there, by the way. He's like, when did my career go wrong?
Oh, he's super pumped. Look at that.
Oh, he's thrilled.
It's just a weird place to be. He's just sitting on the desk like that, looking over it. It's awkward.
He's like, nobody's watching this.
I mean, it ran for 9 years, so somebody was watching it. And actually, going back to both versions of the show, it's technically aired on all 3 major networks. The first version started on NBC. It made the jump over to ABC. And then the version that we know now that started in 1972 has been on CBS.
Price is wrong, Bob.
Also, did you know that Bob Barker, back in 1987, he got permission to stop dyeing his hair?
I was about to say, it's a good dye job.
So before that... What's that?
Must have been a very impressive showcase for $38,000 in 1987.
I know, right?
There's some cool stuff in that.
That was a trip to California.
And a new car. So, no daytime hosts at this time actually showed sort of their natural age. So if you had white or gray hair, it was dyed all the time. There was nobody on daytime TV. So he was the first one to do it, and it paid off. Because when he stopped dyeing his hair and he showed up as the Bob Barker that we remember with the white hair.
Silver Fox.
A Silver Fox, Bob Barker. They got flooded with mail complimenting him on that, and their ratings went through the roof.
All right.
Now, the
Good
prices
on you, Bob.
on the actual show, do you guys know where they come from?
Reader's Digest.
California.
Bob Cousy.
Because, prices are going to fluctuate depending on where you're at. Mm-hmm. So they take the prices from California for the items.
Is that why everything's so expensive?
Yes. And then when we're going to talk about Plinko.
Plinko!
I was hoping to get a better picture. It came out really grainy. So the Plinko chips, they go in a lockbox when they're not being used. They go in a lockbox, and there's only 10 of them that have been made. It's the same ones.
Like a Vegas thing where they don't want people to mess with them?
It's possible. I mean, it's like you think about the Winter Olympics. The stones that they use for curling all come from this one area of Scotland. Like that's where they smooth out their bowls. Icky, by the way, check out what I found in Hawaii. It's coral that looks like a set of balls.
Hey, you're not supposed to take that. Isn't that bad luck to take any kind of lava?
No, that was the medallion that. What was that thing?
Oh, Brady Brunch?
Yeah, the tiki guy.
Okay.
All right, what else I got? Oh, so the show also, I mean, obviously they go through a ton of cars. They have their own car lot that's nearby because they feature around 3 cars per episode, and to change it up to make sure that they're always showing new cars, they have their own lot that's down the street, and that's where they bring the cars in from. Which, by the way, when did they start giving out Audis and Porsches? I always thought it was here's a Geo Metro.
That must have been like a primetime thing that they did one time.
That must be a special one because usually it's you guys are saying like Geo Metro with nothing extra in it whatsoever.
Honda
Escort. Got a tape player in that bitch.
Was that Frank?
Honda Escort
with hand crank windows.
Yeah.
And finally,
Ford Fiesta.
The Ford Fiesta. There's been one person that has guessed the Showcase Showdown down to the dollar. Dude guessed it right. His name, the
Only
contestant.
once ever?
As far as from what I have seen, there's only one person who guessed it to the exact dollar. The contestant's name was Terry Nies. I'm guessing it's Kniess. He did this back in 2010. Go watch the clip online. Drew Carey could not care less. He legitimately, like, he's got the card. Like, you know, he pulls the card out and then he starts reading the card and he's like, he goes, your estimate $23,743 and the actual retail price $23,743. And he goes, legitimately, he goes, you got it on the nose. Like, taps the card and then starts telling people to spay and neuter their pets.
It's probably because nobody on the show even knew that he was the first one to ever do it. I would probably
but even that, I mean, he'd been doing it long enough at that point that you would think, like, holy shit. Like,
maybe that was the third show of the day and he was just ready to go home and
I think I'm telling you, go watch this on YouTube. You can find this clip on YouTube. Go watch this because it blows my mind how bored Drew Carey looks when this guy.
At the same time, that's kind of the reaction he has to everything. Is just kind of neutral.
Maybe that guy was like an asshole and they just didn't show him being an asshole. The guy could have been like swearing and saying like really like racist things.
I like how that's Frank's explanation. Oh, the guy must have been racist. So why wasn't Drew Carey excited? Because the contestant was racist.
Racist.
All right.
He didn't want to spade his dogs.
Yeah, maybe. Guy. Yeah, he's like, I'm not going to cut my dog's nuts off.
This is our third time doing this, Terry. Shut the fuck up.